Welcome everybody, it's tractorchute here, and we got ourselves a little bit of a team game to start off this long Labor Day weekend for everybody in North America. It is a long weekend, and we'll start it off with Sage saying, have fun, does not believe in luck apparently, and can type in different languages. I like to see that, not too sure what language it is. Looks Chinese, Japanese, Cantonese, Mandarin, who knows, but it's going to be one of those, I almost promise you that much. In the upper middle, almost right hand side of the map, it is for Team OECC, PirateWang. He's playing as the red Protoss. His partner is going to be the blue Protoss, and it plays for the same team, and he is an Angryspoon. A very Angryspoon, and a PirateWang. I don't know if that's something that's very intimidating at all, so Banjo and Sage. We know you already. No point in introducing you. They're playing their standard races. They are the Protoss and the Zerg, of course. Sage being the Protoss and Banjo being the Zerg here. So it should be a doozer here as they're already starting their scout out here. Sage is going round and round the boat here, taking the really awkward scout. Can you actually get through? Oh no, you have to go around the outside in this map. There you go. That's one reason he's taking the funny looking scout. Already have a random proxy pylon put just outside the base for Angryspoon. Actually further than just outside the base. It's kind of in a in the natural location, I guess there. So already looks like he's looking to expand here nice and early. And that's exactly what he intends on doing here. He's going to go down there, wait till he has enough cash here. Well, he'll do some circles in the meantime. Why not keep that probe entertained, right? Sage, in the meantime, he's going to slowly get around this map. This must be the longest route ever that you have to take on this map to scout. Like I said, we don't do a lot of team games on my channel here. We should start doing some more, though. I'm not used to some of these team maps here. I know, actually, Banjo and Sage have done this map before, I believe. Or maybe not. I'm not too sure if I cast the one they've done this map. But either way, not too used to the 2v2 maps here. So he gets in there. You'll see it's pretty standard gateway and a couple pylons, as well as the one gas up there. His partner Angryspoon here basically has nothing. That right away should tell that you're either getting cheesed or he's got an expo up. So I'm sure Sage will read that. He's a fairly smart player, probably has a good idea. Take a look and he'll go right down. Maybe not. If he does go down there one more time, he will start to see it here. Not too sure if you've seen it on the way up here. Let's take a look here. Sage, did you catch that? Did not catch that expansion at all there, so has no idea the expansion is there. So I'll have to hope we scout it on the way out here. He is being chased around by the Probo PirateWang there. And he's got this expansion pretty fairly well done off here. Has the forge going up as well. In the meantime, does look like Sage is doing a pretty standard build here. Has the cyber core and the gateway, getting a wall up here. And we are also getting a ping for where the what do you call it thing? The Overlord is. There you go. Not too sure if he's pinging the Overlord or what he was pinging over there. But either way, Sage is going to help him out. He's going to put a pylon over there. Probably plant one cannon down there just to help him out a little bit there. And Banjo in the meantime has expanded. I always do find that Banjo does expand nice and early. He's very good with the Zerg, very good macro on his behalf. I will always say that. Not to say Sage is bad by no means. I'd say they're fairly equal, to be honest with you. One of them usually ends up getting massacred in all their games, or some of their games it seems anyways, and the other one ends up rescuing them. But they've had a few decent games recently where both of them have been back and forth with the opponents. And it does look like Sage is getting a little bit of some exercise here as he has PirateWang, I believe that is. Yes, it is PirateWang chasing him down. They're both going to engage nose to nose, kissy kissy. Probably going to kill each other at the almost the exact same time, but it looks like Sage is going to win this battle. Yes, he does. Barely wins it, but he does. Banjo gets down there with his Overlord. Exactly what they need. And there goes the gateway. The gas go down, so double gas will be down for Angryspoon. Angryspoon, that is a very unique name. Angryspoon doesn't have a cyber core up, so no worries about him getting the Overlord out of there. So we'll allow Banjo to stick around for a little bit anyways here. Meanwhile, over here, it does look like Warp Gate technology is coming down. Take a look at the Proto tab here. We also got Metabolic Boost coming down for Banjo. And Blink Stalker is going to be the choice for Sage here. So, fairly decent out of both these guys here on their techs. Would like to also, in case I haven't already, wish everybody a happy and safe long weekend there. This is usually one of the more dangerous long weekends from what I read online there recently there. I think they said the most deaths out of any, it could have been, I'm not too sure, but it said that there's a fairly high death toll every year on the Labor Day long weekend. There wasn't very high, the death toll, but it was a fairly skookum number they had out there for our area where I live here in Western Canada. And there we go. It does look like a good man PirateWang. He's going to come back down here with the probe. He's going to expand as well here, so very well done. In the meantime, Sage does like the one base for a little while a lot. I do find sometimes he's not a very macro heavy early. Like he usually doesn't go Nexus first, like a Forge Fast Expand or anything. which is nothing wrong with that at all. He's just one that doesn't tend to expand very early at all here. His warp gate technology is going to finish up here. He's going to run himself on 4-gate technology. And there's Banjo. He's got a troop of dogs there. These troop of dogs are going to look to move out here. He has that second going pretty good here. Metabolic boost has finished, so he does have the wings now. So he will have level 1 coming up as well to support that. Another queen coming out at the expo. And both these guys, as usual, most 2v2 games, will macro up a little bit early. Nobody tended the cheese. Nobody rushed yet. So we will get ourselves some fairly good engagements, I would have to imagine. There's the good old PirateWang mothership core. In case you didn't know what that looked like, the PirateWang mothership core looks like every other mothership core in the world here. And over here, we do have some blinked-in stalkers here, or some warped-in stalkers, I guess, there. But they do have blinks, so they are blinked, warped-in stalkers. There you go. So he's got them down the other end of the map here, and does look like they are ready to move out here. Banjo's going around, Sage is going around. Not too bad of an army for both these guys here. Take a look at the units tab here. Oh, they're going to pick off a mothership core. Sick! That's going to help a lot for Banjo and Sage there. Very good pick off of that mothership core. Got a little caught out of position trying to scout a little bit there, so kind of sucks for him. In the meantime here, Banjo's moving in with a troop of dogs, and that is a very big troop of dogs. Not one to piss around with, but PirateWang is up to the challenge. He's got a decent army there. Fends him off. Very well done by him. But in the meantime, we blinked up here. So good blink by Sage there. Sorry, Sage blinked up there. And also got the vision from Banjo. So good teamwork to give them the vision on the high ground, to allow them to warp up there. We'll take those out very easily. At the same time, Angryspoon brings over his observer to watch this base go down even better here. In the meantime, Banjo's also putting a lot of pressure on there. Mothership, of course, trying to fend that off. A couple stalkers will help him fend that off here. But in the meantime, Angryspoon's in a bit of trouble here, but has an immortal out. That should even the tides here. Immortal will do a lot of damage on these stalkers here. They are Stalker's worst enemy, but they target down the immortal. Very good targeting. That is some very good gameplay. You always want to be able to target down the bigger units there. Usually in the lower level leagues, they're not too good at that, but these guys, I believe, rank around gold platinum type area, if I do remember correctly. If you guys are higher than that, then please forgive me. I think they said platinum, if I do remember correctly there. And blinks down. Very good blink down for Sage there. In the meantime, their dogs are going to work and getting a lot of kills on the probes here. So good takeout. Took out all the probes there at the expo, except for the one lonesome probe now. And Sage is trying to support this up here, but just too much. It looks like they will finish this up, but there's a lot more dogs coming in here. There's a lot of trouble. They're going for a Nexus kill here as Sage is distracting in the meantime. Oh, he's going for the Robo Bait. Very well done. That will prevent any sort of Colossi builds here. So very well done for taking that out here. Decent job so far. Having that vision on the high ground is a big benefit, and they do get the Nexus kill. So very well done by Banjo and Sage, continuing the pressure down here. And it does look like the dogs are going to get stuck up here with all these Zealots and these Stalkers, but they're trying to get as many probe kills as they can, and he will try and get as many dogs out there as he can without losing them here. Sage in the meantime is looking to blink back up here, it looks like. Maybe not. Cannon's there. Needs the vision. Banjo finally moves, but a little bit too late here. So he's going to try and stick to low ground. Oh, there he goes. Now he warps up there, and he is in the back of the middle line. Forces Angryspoon off of his expansion here. This is what happens when you expand early and Sage sticks to one base. He's going to have a much bigger army, and this is where the advantage comes here. He didn't give him enough time to build up. The timing was good by these guys. They're looking really good. Could get a lot of probe kills here, and he is going to do so. Takes out a ton of probes, but now he's a little bit trapped, but he could always blink right back down if he chooses to do so. Does have the energy, and there he goes. Very well done by Sage. And here we go again. Banjo continuing. Both these guys on each side of the base makes it very hard to fend off here. Looks to go after the pylon there. Very good move that'll at least unpower a lot of these, or he could go right for the gateways there, but in the meantime the army is going to come out. That army is very big. They do get one. The pylon doesn't do any good though, as they do have the other pylon powering all those units there. All those warp gates, I guess. Don't really need pylons to power units. That would be a little bit unbalanced if you ask me, but could be a new build. Who knows? Or it could be a new patch for Blizzard there. Make it so you need pylons in order to power your units. That'd actually be kind of ridiculous. And Sage in the meantime will accumulate a lot of stalkers down here. 17 altogether he has on the map here, so that is a lot of stalker count here. And he's going to continue. Does see that the army is still there. Needs Sage to warp in or blink in there, but doesn't look like Sage is macroing up over here. Has himself a second base up here. He's not really paying too much attention to the other end of the map here, as they are a little bit ahead after getting that Nexus kill and taking out a lot of the armies and a ton of probe kills. I will say that there. So we're going to sit back a little bit here while these guys macroed up here. And let's see what kind of technologies we have here. We do have the layer technology up for Banjo. He does have the evil chamber out, spitting out his upgrades. Does have our overseers coming out, sorry. I've seen a warp and egg. That is an overseer warp and egg there. And looking at the good old proto tab here, we are getting a car pace level 1. Do get a robo coming out for Sage. Do have some immortals coming out the other end with some more probe And here we go. He's actually going to go in right for those cannons here. Have a lot of guys attack him on the back end here. He's trying to look around here, see how many kills he can get with these. And you do get the warp in at the same time, so he does have a lot of helping stalkers helping him out here. They could even warp into the higher ground if they choose to do so. But it does look like he's going to stick to the back, trying to take the simulator out here, which he might end up doing before getting out of there. Not quite though. Does blink out of there, getting as many kills as they can back and forth. But all the dogs got into the upper area here. They're taking out some more probes here. They're going to go to work back on that middle line, force them off the line again. Really being a pain in the arse here for this team here. Forcing them off the line many times, forcing a lot of missed mining time here. So he's going to continue to run around that base here, see what he can do. He's going to continue back to this base here, going for some more probe kills here, get as much as he can. Now he's going to stand there and be like a sitting duck. Not too sure if he's on hold position or what he's doing there. He's losing a lot of units here. We'll end up losing the rest of those dogs here. So that didn't work out quite so well. They're all in the move command, so they're going to ignore the last dog that's up there. The last dog will continue to beat on him here. They'll probably turn and beat on that dog there. They do so. And in the meantime, Sage does blink up there one more time here. He's going to try and do some damage here. Overseer might go down there and just gets out of there in time, so does save himself an overseer. Continuing with the dogs here. It is all dogs for Banjo this game here. All stalkers for Sage. Nothing too special. These guys are just looking to go with a one unit type build here. But now with the Robo coming down with the support, but we're also going to get some Colossi out for Sage. Banjo in the meantime, not too sure what he's looking to go here. He's just sticking with dogs. The infestation pit is coming down though, so he might look to go with some sort of a different unit now. Nothing as of yet though, just straight stalker, straight dogs. The other team's going to mortal stalker, and then the other one's going complete gateway units for PirateWang there. He's chasing these dogs out of your dogs do have to retreat, as he's actually going to force his army out here. He's starting to push a little bit here as PirateWang there, as he feels he's accumulated a fair bit of an army here, so they haven't done that bad. But in the meantime, Sage being more than a pain in the ass to this team here. Sitting on the low ground, might get a Nexus kill, trying to get them all out of the range there. Will force PirateWang back, but in the meantime, Banjo's keeping their attention over there. So now they're coming down with their great big army. That's a lot of immortals, so Sage will want to look to get out of there, blink out of there, get out of there anyway. Oh no, he might actually get trapped here. He's stuck. He's got to get over that cliff. Try and get warped down. Tries to save as many as he can, but lost a lot. Back down to 9 stalkers altogether here. Does bring a observer over there to get a little bit of vision. Sage is trying to, or Banjo's trying to get in the other end there. That doesn't work so well. PirateWang is still sitting there. So it does look like PirateWang and Angryspoon have accumulated an army now, so there'll be a little bit of a force to be reckoned with. I don't believe it'll be so easy for them to blink up and down and come on each side here, as their armies are very, very massive here. Taking a look at it there, that is not too shabby. A lot of immortals on there. Wowzer. 5 immortals altogether here. They're going to start pushing now. They've had enough of this. Both their armies are coming down here. But creep spread's looking pretty good for Banjo here. But both these armies accumulated could be very, very scary. They're going to start taking out some creep there, as they do have the vision with the observer. And they're just going to go to work, start pushing through the rocks here. It's going to allow them to squeak right in here, right to the great big ramp here. And this could be a lot of trouble for Banjo and Sage here. Here they go. A lot of sentries there for force fields to get those dogs and those stalkers split up here. Does have the 1 Colossi on the field here, so that will help out a little bit. 2 Colossi, sorry. And they're going to start pushing hard here, see what kind of damage they can do. Immortal's going to beat on those pylons really easily here. Going to try and take out Sage's expansion here, and I do believe they probably might be successful here. But that is a lot of immortals, and Sage's army will not like this immortal count here, as they are just going to town on him here. Dogs are trying to get in there. All these dogs are going to get massacred. 38 dogs left here. They end up taking out most of those dogs here, and they're going to go work on the queen at the same time here, but might end up getting the Nexus kill. Should easily focus that down. Yes, Nexus does end up going down, so Sage ended up losing a base there. Might lose a lot of probes here, depending on whether or not the army turns on him here. They're all trying to get back in the base here, but they're focusing down pylons as their main concern. But now the Colossi are in there, so they're going to have to start going at the Colossi here. That is a bit of an Artosis pylon. Loses 2 forges and a gateway powered by that one there. That's not going to be very, very handy for him. In the meantime, they're going to kill off the rest of the expansion. Try to anyways, but dogs are getting on the shroud here. They're going to go at him, but those dogs should easily end up going down to this army here. Does warp in some more, so Angryspoon with the warping pylon at the other end here. They're putting the pressure on, but in the meantime up here, we did have a little bit of an attack here, so not too shabby here, but PirateWang will warp in and try and get rid of the rest of that there. Has not got the other expansion out, PirateWang still, as they keep on annoying that one over here. And they're just going to town on Sage's army here. Wowzer has a lot of immortal damage going at him here. But in the meantime, Sage has accumulated a bit of an army in the back here, so we'll be able to at least try and push forward here. But there's a ton of immortals going at him here. They're actually going to go and try and focus down this Robo Bay at the same time, but maybe not. They just got too many stalkers for Sage here, but at the same time, that is too many immortals for him to deal with here. Immortals are just melting those stalkers. He's trying to blink out of there as best they can. Now they're going to start focusing down the pylon. One more pylon to go will unpower all these buildings here, and that won't end up good. Robo support bay ends up going down here. They're pushing hard. This is a great big army. Banjo's trying to fend it off with all these dogs in the meantime here, trying the best they can here. You got Zealots going at the nexus here on the main, and all they're just gonna melt Sage's army and Sage's builds here. Sage is in great big trouble here. He's down to 8 stalkers altogether here. The Immortal's gonna melt those 8 stalkers very, very quickly here. There's a lot of Immortals here, 4 Immortals up here. They're just going to town here, especially with those Zealots here, taking out all of Sage's buildings. Sage is gonna end up going down here. I don't think he can fend any of this off here. Taking out that last pylon there, that'll unpower everything he has. Back down to those 8 stalkers still. And this is not good at all. PirateWang is pushing in on the main of Banjo too here. Banjo's only got dogs. This is the trouble when the early pressure doesn't work. They're going to go at the infestation pit here. Doesn't have anything but dogs. Infestation pit goes down. Layer's going to go down too at the same time here. If they focus it a couple more shots here, need to get them on that layer here. It is almost dead. That'll be deadly if it goes down, but they're going for the spawning pool instead, is that they realize all he's got is dogs here. So they will focus that down first here. I imagine the layer will be next here. But in the meantime, do have a lot of stalkers for Sage there, at least the 7 that he does have there in the background here. They're going at him here, but PirateWang, just too many Zealots here. Still haven't took out that layer. That might be a mistake by them here. Sage, in the meantime, retreats back down to Banjo's secondary base here. And there goes the layer. That is not good at all. Don't think anything is powered for Sage here. Doesn't look like it. No, does have this base over here, though. He is trying to reaccumulate everything. Does have himself out to 5 gate. Does have one of them in warp gate technology here. And it's getting that cyber core back up. It needs that cyber core very, very badly. In the meantime, they're still putting a lot of pressure on here. And they do have reinforcing armies trying to come down here. So this isn't very good at all here. Could be a lot of trouble for Banjo and Sage. And I hate to say it, this looks like a very big hole that they're in. But at the meantime, the other army isn't very big. It only have the 1 Immortal, 4 Stalkers, and 11 Zealots. To the 6 Zealots, or sorry, the 2 Zealots, 6 Stalkers of Sage, and the whole 5 dogs of Banjo here. Trying to get that spawning pool back out here. They're going to go for a lot of kills on those drones. That is a ton of drones they have there. Taking out the Queen in the meantime here. They're going to continue to focus down those drones, trying to get rid of as many as they can. But Banjo's trying to retreat them out of here. Has a ton of money if he can start building hatcheries everywhere. Has a hatchery over here. So that will definitely help out a lot here. But they're going to go for that spawning pool again. That's big trouble now. Losing that spawning pool means that Banjo can't put any other units out here. All the aqua color you see moving around is just drones there, so that's not good at all. They find the other expansion here, and that's great big trouble. They're going to focus down another Queen here, take out that Queen as well here, but at the same time, like I say, Banjo can't build anything, so I think that's pretty much going to write him off here. This is not looking good at all here. Sage, in the meantime, does have a bit of an army, 7-7 for these Stalkers and Zealots. Here's a little pile of drones as well here, and they are going to continue to focus that down with 4 Stalkers, sorry. And they do engage the army over here with the drones. Zealots will easily take that out, of course, there. So loses most of his drones, down to 23 drones altogether here. And there's a lot of Stalkers, Zealots for Sage. That's their only hope here. There's a lot of Zealots and PirateWang for them to deal with here. They do have Zealot legs as well. So if they do choose to turn on the army, they will definitely be able to get in there right away here. But he's actually retreating here, a little bit surprising. But they do take out that other expansion here of Banjo's, but Banjo has continued to mine over here. Nobody on the gas, but has a lot of guys on the money. Really needs to get some gas count, as I do know he does a ton of money, but actually has a lot of gas too. So really has a lot to build up here. Just needs to get that larva count up there, which is tough to do when you don't have any hatcheries. So he will try and rebuild the hatchery there. Has another hatchery up here, another hatchery up here. So very good job by Banjo to re-expand everywhere here. Sage reaccumulating this expansion over here was a very good job. Getting himself 5 gateways out there. Also has himself a nexus up here still. Nexus will at least allow him to probe up a little bit here. And there we go, might come to a bit of a standstill here as 4 Immortals back on the field with 6 Stalkers. And a little bit happening in the background here as they are trying to focus down this spawning pool. Needs to get an army in there, cannot afford to lose the spawning pool again here. They should just continue to focus it down here, but at the same time, I think that's too many guys. It might have been very, very close. They're going to turn, and we'll lose that army. Sage fends that off here. There's all the Zealots in here. They're going to try and beat on Sage's army here, and they're coming into his only base, really. You can call this his main pretty much here. They're going to work on the probes here. That's a lot of Immortals here. They should be able to melt all this. Needs to start focusing all these pylons down here. Exactly what he's doing. That's going to empower the rest of the gateways here. Disabling Sage from warping anybody else in here. So that's going to be a lot of trouble. A lot more Zealots. Here comes some more warpings and Stalkers here. This is way too much trouble here. Not too sure if they're going to be able to fend this off, especially with that amount of Immortals up here. We'll actually end up losing that Nexus. That's not good at all here. Banjo and Sage, you're in a lot of trouble. I don't know if you're going to be able to pull this one off here. This is just way too big of an army here. I can't picture it happening, but I have seen miraculous comebacks by you guys in the past here, so I will never count you guys out. So there we are. The army is going to push Sage. Sage has to remember he does not want to engage. Wants to wait till the right time. Hopefully Banjo can build up, or at least get the right angle to where the armies aren't together here. Would be their only choice here. This army is moving together, which is going to make it them basically a reckon, or a force to be reckoned with, is he's saying I'm looking for here. And they're just going to go to work here and try and take out Banjo one more time here. They're going to try and focus down that. I do recommend it with that amount of immortals. Just focus that layer down here would be your best option. You could pretty much three-shot it, and they are going to exactly do that right now here. So they're going to go to work on there, and Sage can't engage. This is the problem here. And there we go. Does end up losing that as well here. So Banjo in a lot of trouble. He's trying to rebuild over here. Has a ton of spine cores down here that might be able to help him out here. But that is too many immortals, I think, here. These immortals will melt through these spine cores quite easily here. And they're going to go in, forces to cancel on most of them here. And there they go. Good to go work on those spine cores here. Sage is trying to get in the background here. PirateWang is kind of distracting with the little bit of zealots he has there. They're going to turn on our Sage's army, which I think is the best idea here, because they do have him outnumbered here and could take him down. Needs to run that blink energy out here. And they're just going to work on all the zealots for Sage here. Now all he's got left is these stalkers, and they're going to push them back really, really hard here. Pushing them and continuing the push here. He's going to eventually run out of energy here, or maybe not actually. Still has a ton of energy left on them to blink away. They're continuing to blink away, tries to save that army, and does a good job. They need to go over and try and focus down all these gateways again here to at least disable them from powering back up. But in the meantime, he has not built another pylon because he has no money. This is big trouble for him. Does he have anything? He has this one to mine too, so does have to long distance mine. Is his only chance, but he's going to try and get across the map here and try and put the pressure on their end of the map here. Does have 3 stalkers that are going to do so. The rest of the stalkers aren't going to do so, but they do move back into that army here. And there he goes, is getting engaged here. Needs the blink out of there. That army is just too overwhelming here. 5 immortals here is just way too much. And it's pushing Sage right into their main base here, or at least their expansion here. And there we go, are going to zealot leg them here. Force them all over the map here. That blink is helping them out a little bit. As it forced them to at least chase them around the map a little bit here. In the meantime here, they are attacking the other bases. What they need to do while they continue to pursue that base. And then we'll try and take out this mining base here. This mining base does have 12 on it. They end up having to get out of there. We'll take out that hatchery quite easily here. Another hatchery goes down for Banjo. Banjo in the meantime is running out of money now, down to 1,100 bucks here. And he is losing the hatchery down at this end of the map here too. So not looking good. Like I said, I don't really picture them making the comeback here, but he did manage to get himself a Nexus out, so it does look like he did get some money lent to him from Banjo. And there we go. Are going to push again, trying to get up the ramp here. A lot of immortals coming in there again. They do back off. They need to push here. I think they have enough to push the rest of Sage's base out of here. And that's exactly what they are going to do here. Does catch him in a little bit of a chokehold, but in the meantime does have to get out of there. Now they're going to focus down that cyber core. That's going to make it even more trouble for Sage here. Sage does get the Nexus up here. That Nexus is probably going to fall fairly quickly with all those zealots. Zealot lagging in there. Zealot lagging. I like it. And they end up actually knocking him down. Sage finally says good game. Angryspoon says good game. Was a very good game by Banjo, and Sage just couldn't fend him off at the end. They tried the early pressure. When that failed, they just weren't able to recuperate themselves here. So my condolences go to you, Banjo and Sage. Appreciate it. That was one heck of a game you guys sent in. Like to see more. They did tell me they are trying to put in some challenges, doing it 2v2 style, which is kind of sickening if they can complete one of them. I will tell you, I have got someone under my wing of ire. He plays the Masters. I will be doing his games. You will see a lot of his games come up my channel here. He's working his way towards Grandmaster. We will follow him on that journey, and he will also have a Twitch TV channel, which I will show you about in the next game that goes up today. Appreciate everybody for watching. Leaving you with this. Where the green grass grows in the summer's bliss, I've seen people walking on the street with only a rabbit on a leash. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.